The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing from the outset is Penix. And his first pass is incomplete. Yeah, look at this defense for the Vikings. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Looking to throw, Penix. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
Yeah, they should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Again, they run with Ellington. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The Falcons had a woeful 2-9 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
This is Ellington. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to roam now. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed. Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
handoff up the middle. It's Horton. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28. Up the middle they go.
Horton. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 44 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Vikings respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Let's go. Penix working out of the gun here. That is caught. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons.
A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. a good return up past the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Horton, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
On third down, it's Horton, and he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
An audible here to get a new look. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. That ball caught by his rookie wideout.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
They'll try the left side. Horton. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
98 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Brandon Ayuk.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week.
Now Ellington lost the football. It's out.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Horton. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the deep. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On first down, it's Horton. Down to about the 22 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now 2nd and 3.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
Now McCarthy.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Chase Young.
Make that about 8 sacks for him on the season.
That's about it. He's let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work to his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
Flushed out right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And that is going to skip out of bounds. So a break there for sure. They'll hold on to the possession at the 5-yard line. In motion, the tight end. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And looking to throw, Penix.
Eluding the pressure. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Ellington. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Penix from the gun.
He checks it down here to Ellington. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They'll throw with Penix.
He'll get this to Ward. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
To the air, Penix.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Now Penix.
Caught. It's Ellington. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
On the bootleg, it's Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Here's Penix. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
This is 2nd and 8. To the air with McCarthy. That's down the field for Jefferson.
And got his man complete. Through the middle of the field. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Point after here coming up. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Set to kick off.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. McCarthy off the play fake. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Horton. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, and he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official. Now they'll change things up. On play action, McCarthy. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by David Ojabo.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights and refused to get it thrown. He positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
McCarthy operating from the gun. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 67 yards.
And the Vikings had 6 to their lead.
Now for the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So line of scrimmage still a 39 on 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Penix.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. 61 yards.
And the Falcons get a bit closer.
Point after right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Here's McCarthy.
Going to throw right side here, complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
On play action, now McCarthy.
He'll buy some time right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
On 3rd down, it's Horton.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Rolling to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Up the middle they go. It's Horton. That is brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
That's to his running back, complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal. And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Here's a quick throw right side. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Throwing again, McCarthy. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
On 4th down, McCarthy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Looking to throw, Penix.
And that's complete. It's Ellington. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
And looking to throw, Penix.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
To the air, Penix.
He's going to go up top again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, 193 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Right back to him on 1st down.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they really count.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 30 yards.
And the Vikings up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down.
They'll keep it on the ground.
Horton. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
They'll try the left side. It's Horton. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Horton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 4th down, McCarthy. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll throw with Penix. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. So they're getting just 19 seconds left on the clock. They'll go play action here with Penix. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Falcons come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both